As an old player who recently had his love for the game revitalized, I have been making a series of videos reacting to modern cards as an old player who has never heard about them before. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Abyss Actor archetype. It was suggested that because we haven't, if you're new to the channel, we have a whole series where we take a look at the beautiful artwork of the cards that we love. We made a video looking at the artwork for these cards, but now I'm going to learn what these cards do and we're going to be reacting to them. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. With that being said, I think it was a little bit of a long intro. Sorry guys. Let's get started guys. Starting off with the Abyss Actor comic relief, and I gotta say, I always thought, and since I've learned about this archetype, man, the artwork behind these cards are absolutely beautiful. So this is a pendulum card. It is, I don't recall what you call it, the, not level 8, but, you know, the, not links, whatever, the scale, I think. Regardless, you can target one Abyss Actor pendulum monster you control and one monster your opponent controls, switch control of both monsters, then destroy this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. Dude, I love that card. I always loved taking, like, I was always a big fan of enemy controller, frog monster, or the Frognarch deck was always my main deck. Enemy controller, taking your opponent's monster, creature swap with my 100 attack Treeborn Frog. I've always been a fan of switching cards, okay? You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. Once per turn during your standby phase, give control of this card to your opponent. Once per turn, if the control of this face-up card changes, activate this effect. The owner of this card can destroy one set Abyss spell or trap in the spell and trap card zone. Okay, so I would imagine as we continue on, there's going to be a card that activates when, you know, things are destroyed by an Abyss Actor. So we have another Pendulum card, okay? Curtain Raiser. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum zone. You can only use this effect of Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser once per turn. Interesting, because I didn't know that if you had something that was in your Pendulum zone, you moved to the monster zone, it counted as a special summon. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. Gains 1100 attack if you control no other monsters. Once per turn, you can send one Abyss script spell or a spell card from your deck to the graveyard. Add one face-up Abyss monster, Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. From the looks of it, this seems like a very good card. If you guys happen to be new to the channel, my history with this game is I stopped playing around when Pendulums came out. Like, I was very on and off when Pendulums came out. Very little experience with them, and then I officially quit playing once the links were introduced. That was enough for me. So I have been a big fan and returning of the hat format. So that's my cup of tea. So it seems like those are strong from a player from, you know, that era of the game, okay? Evil Heal. Once per turn, you contribute one Abyss Actor monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. That's pretty good. I love that. I love that. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 1000 attack for each Abyss monster you currently control. Until the end of this turn, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one Abyss script spell card in your graveyard, set that card. Okay, I'm interested to see what all the spell cards do, because there's already a little bit of emphasis on what's going on with the spell cards. And historically, there hasn't been a lot of cards where you can recycle your spell cards. So I'm interested to see what they do, okay? We also have the extras. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum zone. You can only use this effect of Abyss Actor extras once per turn. You contribute this card, place one Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum zone. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except Abyss Actor monsters, nor activate the Pendulum effect of Abyss Actor extras. This seems like a very strong card. Very easy to get out, has a very strong effect. You can pretty well get anything that you'd like, and I like that. And I've always, like, guys, ever since I discovered this archetype, man, the artwork behind this is beautiful. Even, like, going with just the definition of it, extras, right? I think it's really cool. So we have the Abyss Actor Funky Comedian. Once per turn, you contribute one Abyss Actor monster, then target one Abyss Actor monster you control. It gains attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So that could be pretty helpful. If this card is normal or special summon, you can make this card gain 300 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control until the end of the turn. You can target one other Abyss Actor monster you control. It gains attack equal to this card's current attack until the end of the turn. This card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated, and you can only use it once per turn. That one seems like just an okay card, to be honest with you. It seems a little bit situational, and probably not one that I would be throwing in the deck the first time around. Continuing on, we have a Link monster, the Abyss Actor Hyper Director. Again, love the artwork behind this, man. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. You can target one card in your Pendulum zone, special summon it, then place one Abyss Actor Pendulum monster with a different name from your deck or face-up extra deck to your Pendulum zone. Also, you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Abyss Actor monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's a very strong card. That's a very strong card. It would have to be, you'd have to do a little bit of work to keep it alive because it's only 800 attack, but that is certainly a card that seems a little bit easy to get out, and that is certainly a very useful card, okay? We also have the Leading Lady. Once per turn, when you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, you can activate one of these effects. That opponent's monster loses attack equal to the damage you took, even if this card leaves the field. Add one face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand with attack less or equal than the damage you took, which is probably going to be the case. Once per turn, when battle damage is inflicted, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses attack equal to that battle damage. When this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's monster zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can set one Abyss script spell directly from your deck. Again, searching out the spell cards. It seems like this deck likes to play a lot with gaining and losing attack, and I think that would make for some interesting gameplay. And if anybody can comment down below, does this deck hold up in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh? Because there is a lot of cards to take a look at. We have another Pendulum monster over here. You can pay 1,000 life points, add one Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, except Abyss Actor, Mellow, Madonna. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the rest of this turn, except Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters. Even if this leaves the field, you can use this once per turn. Hey, I'm a big fan of paying my life points. I don't mind using those cards. Like, I've always been a big fan of Solemn Judgment. I've always been a fan of, is it Ties of Brethren? Is that what it's called, where you pay 2,000 to get 2 monsters, but you can't attack? Regardless. Gains 100 attack for each Abyss each Abyss script spell in your graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When a Pendulum monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. If an Abyss script spell card effect is activated, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck, but return it to hand during the end phase. Dude, this seems like a very strong card as well. This is the problem with Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because I'm coming from the Hat era, I'm coming from the everything before that, and all of these cards that have come out in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh seem just completely busted to me, even though they might not be in the modern game, right? We also have Sassy Rookie. The first time, oh, sorry, I read the wrong effect. If an Abyss Actor monster or monsters you control be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead. So, which is very nice. In a Pendulum card, you can have like just an automatic protection for your monster. The first time this card will be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, it is not destroyed. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's monster zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Abyss Actor monster from your deck, except this card. If this card in the Pendulum zone is destroyed, you can target one level 4 or lower monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Again, this seems like a pretty solid card that I would definitely use. It's a built-in protection. It's always helpful to have, right, when you have a card like that. We also have another Link Monster Super Producer. 2 monsters, including a Fiend monster. And I would imagine that these are all fiends. I haven't been really paying attention. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one face-up card you control, destroy it, then you can apply one of the following effects. So I would imagine, again, I wonder if these spell cards have something to do with something being activated once it gets destroyed, okay? Place one Abyss Playhouse Fantastic Theater from your deck face up to your field zone, okay? So they have a field spell, and obviously that's probably going to be very powerful. Place one Abyss Actor monster, Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum zone. You can only use this effect Abyss Actor Super Producer once per turn. Again, very strong card. You can get basically 2 searches for 2 cards that would probably be very, very helpful. We also have the Superstar. Once per turn, you contribute one Abyss Actor monster, then target one Abyss script spell card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. When normals or special summon, your opponent's spell or trap cards cannot be activated. Once per turn, you can set one Abyss script spell directly from your deck, but send it to the graveyard during the end phase, so you could probably just use it. Again, seems like a very strong card. I would imagine, like, it can work a lot with the different things you can do with the pendulums around. But we have another pendulum. Trendy Understudy. When you pendulum summon a monster, you can add one face-up level 8, 1 or 8 Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your deck or to your hand. If you have 2 Abyss Actor cards in your pendulum zones, you contribute this card, special summon one level 8 Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your hand or face up on your extra deck. You can use this effect once per turn. I would imagine this would be helpful. I'd have to look back and see how many level 8s that we have, but honestly, I would imagine it's quite a bit of level 8s. We also have Twinkle Little Star. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except Abyss Actor monsters. This effect cannot be negated. Once per turn, you can target one Abyss Actor monster you control. This turn, it can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Also, other monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn, even if the card leaves the field. Cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. So, that could be pretty helpful. I would imagine this would, if you have like one monster and your opponent has a little bit of cards like flooded out, I would imagine that's probably the most helpful part for it. We also have Wild Hope. Once per turn, you can target one Abyss Actor card in your other pendulum zone. Its pendulum scale becomes 9 until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Abyss Actor monsters, even if this card leaves the field. Once per turn, you can make this card gain 100 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control with different names until the end of this turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one Abyss Actor card from your deck to your hand, except Abyss Actor Wild Hope. You can only use this effect once per turn. I would imagine that this is one of the weaker Abyss Actor monsters. I would probably skip adding this one to the deck, but again, who am I to know? I'm the old guy coming back over here, okay? Moving on to a trap card, we have Abyss Actor's Backstage. I don't recall if we've looked at these when we were doing the card art commentary. Did we just take a look at monsters? Regardless, I'd have to revisit that, okay? Beautiful looking card, okay? I love this whole archetype, man. If you have 2 Abyss Actor cards in your Pendulum zones, add 2 Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck, or deck to your extra deck face up. You can only activate once per turn. This will probably be helpful. Again, I'm a little bit rusty on my Pendulum knowledge, but I would imagine that's majorly helpful with the other effects, okay? We also have the Curtain Call. If an Abyss Script spell card or effect is activated this turn, add 1 face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your deck to your hand up to the number of Abyss Script spells in your graveyard. Then, you can special summon 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your hand with different names, up to the number of monsters added to the hand by this effect. You can now special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters, and you can only activate this once per turn. So, again, it's relying a little bit on the spell cards, which I'm very interested to get into because I don't know what any of them do. I would imagine, like, from an outside perspective, this one looks a little bit situational, but hey, we'll know. Now we have the Abyss Actors Dress Rehearsal. Okay, but this isn't the Abyss Script cards we were talking about, right? Yeah, okay. At the start of your main phase, add 1 Abyss Actor card and 1 Abyss Script spell card from your deck to your hand. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot Pendulum summon monsters except Abyss Actor monsters. So, it has that restriction, but it's keeping you to using the Abyss Actors, and this is kind of like the entire theme behind it. And from an outside perspective, it seems like this deck has a lot of searching and drawing power, so you'd be able to, like, get your things working. Oh, and we have the field now, okay? So we have Abyss Playhouse Fantastic Theater. Look at this card, man. That's beautiful. I don't think that we've taken a look at this in the card art commentary. I don't know what's wrong with me. Regardless, you can reveal 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster and 1 Abyss Script spell card in your hand. Add 1 Abyss Script spell card from your deck to your hand with a different name than that revealed spell. While you control Pendulum, summon Abyss Actor Pendulum monster. Any monster effect activated by your opponent becomes destroy 1 set spell or trap your opponent controls. You can only use each effect of Abyss Playhouse once per turn. Okay, this seems like it's powerful, and I would imagine as we get into all of these Abyss scripts that we haven't gotten into yet, they're going to have effects once they get destroyed, which kind of like keeps up with the circus theme, and I personally really like it, okay? Not Abyss script, but we have Abyss Prop. It's a continuous spell, okay? The first time each Abyss Actor monster you control be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can target 1 Abyss Actor monster you control. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects until the end of their turn, even if this card leaves the field. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, there we go. You can have a face-up Abyss Actor monster, Pendulum monster, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck. You can return all cards your opponent controls to the hand. Wow! Wow, that's a very, very good card. All right, so I'm seeing how it's rolling a little bit. There we go. We got the Abyss script. This is what I was waiting for. Maybe we should have started with these ones. You contribute, again, it's a continuous spell. You contribute 1 Abyss Actor monster, then target 1 Abyss Script spell in your graveyard, set it to your field. You can use this effective Abyss Script once up to twice per turn. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can have face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters in your extra deck. You can special summon any number of Abyss Monster Actor Pendulum monsters from your deck. Wow! That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. That's definitely pretty helpful. So I'm interested to see what else we have for the Abyss scripts. And we have another one, Dramatic Story. Look at this, man! The card artwork behind this game, man. Sometimes it is just so beautiful. And it was such, like, honestly, this is such a good suggestion, too, for the comment that ended up telling me to take a look at the Abyss Actor archetype. It's beautiful, man. Anyways, not a continuous spell. Target 1 Abyss Actor or a Pendulum monster you control. Special summon 1 Abyss Actor monster from your deck with a different name. Then place a targeted monster in your Pendulum zone or destroy it. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can return up to 2 cards on the field to your hand. You can only activate 1 Abyss Script Dramatic Story once per turn. I don't know how good this one would be, to be honest with you. You can return up to 2 cards on the field of the hand. I guess that's helpful, but I'm talking about, like, I would imagine that with all of the cards in this archetype, this deck could get a little bit clunky, but no, it's a good card. Maybe I'm just overthinking it a little bit. I always like returning cards to the hand. We also have Abyss Script Fantasy Magic. Target 1 Abyss Actor monster you control. This turn, every monster that battles it but is not destroyed returns to the hand at the end of the damage step. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, place it on top of the deck. I'm a big fan of things that place on top of the deck, guys. I absolutely love that. Big fan of it. Big fan of that. Big fan of that card. I love just stopping people like that. We also have the Abyss script Fire Dragon's Lair. Target one Abyss Actor monster you control. If it destroys an opponent's monster by battle this turn, your opponent banishes up to 3 monsters from their extra deck, their choice. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can look at your opponent's extra deck, also banish 1 monster from their extra deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. The problem with this one is I don't know how helpful this would be in the modern game, because when I was playing hat format before, this would be supremely helpful. I don't know if that kind of still applies, and like what kind of general XYZ, synchros, pendulum cards people are running from their extra deck. I don't know. Or link monsters even now you have to worry about too. Perhaps it would be helpful. And again, I just love the artwork behind this, man. So what I do like about this, and which is a little bit weird because I don't like this about the modern game that everything has like so many effects, but I like that the Abyss script cards, they don't completely rely on just being set and destroyed. They also have their own effect, which is pretty cool. And that's why I can kind of see this deck flowing pretty well, to be honest with you. But please let me know if I'm wrong about that. So we also have the Opening Ceremony. Gain 500 life points for each Abyss Actor monster you control. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face of Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Wow! That's a really good card. How often do we see cards that say you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand? What? Oh my god. That's actually wild. Now we have the Abyss script, Rise of the Abyss King. Look at that thing, man. Target face-up cards on the field up to the number of attack position Abyss monsters with different names you control. Destroy them. If you have a level 7 or higher Abyss Actor monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have an face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can add up to 2 Abyss Actor card and or Abyss script spells with different names from your deck to your hand. I actually don't think this one doesn't seem too good, man. Like, it seems like it's going to be like this big bad boss monster that you're going to bring out, but it's not really. Like, you get another Searcher card, I actually think that's a little bit on the weaker side of things over here. But we also have a quick spell, Romantic Terror. Look at this, man. I don't think we looked at this artwork in the card art commentary. I love the castle and the book. Super cool, okay? Return 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster you control to the hand, and if you do, special summon from your extra deck in defense position 1 face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster with a different original name from that monster. If this set card its owner's control is destroyed, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can set any number of Abyss script spells directly from your deck. Any number? You can only activate 1 Romantic Terror once per turn. This is also a very, very good card, and it's helpful that it's a quick play spell. I love that, man. This seems like a very, very interesting archetype to play, but I have very little experience with pendulums, and my gauge on whether or not these cards would be good might be a little bit weird, okay? But it has been fun learning the modern game. If you want to talk a little bit more about specifically even the Abyss Actor archetype, we did make a card art commentary where we talk about the beautiful artwork behind the cards we love, and you can check that out right here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care, guys.